Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Roman Vital's appearance is courtesy of Homeboys Entertainment as we enjoy the 21st edition of the Safari Sevens. We will have a meet and greet by Roman Vital and his team, courtesy of Homeboys Entertainment. Standing out for Samurai. Standing out for Samurai, Ignacio Martin, Jalip Sindaran, John Doe, Nick McCallan, Hernandez Francisco, Johnston James, Gaggy Five, Michael Fado, Chachi Looko, Scott Wright, James Fleming, and last but not least, Dan Sekuta. Turning out for Morocco, Jada Jafid, Ibrahim Lakwi, Zalufi Sufyan, El Hayat Halil, Hajaji Omar, Hamoudi Bashir, Efat Riyad, Katin Mehdi, Maxim Ben Said, and last but not least, Buja Alexander. Center referee, Bosi.
Right. Oh. No. Free kick, please, free kick.
Morocco with a false kickoff here in this match against Samurai.
Yeah.
Samurai already won their first game, beating
Right, tackle now,
Red Whalers 24-7.
Let go.
And Morocco on the receiving end of a 33-0 drubbing at the hands of Zimbabwe. So, and here comes Elton Isiaho with the opening try here for Samurai, the defending champions of the Safari Sevens. Chachi Looko, try number one, and the opening try for the holders. Chachi Looko with a try, and now comes the conversion by Samurai. So Samurai up and running, 7-0. Elton Chachi Looko with a brilliant try there, using the two Moroccan players as a post and just rounding them up to score. Try number one for Samurai, who are the defending champions of the Safari Sevens. The restart by Samurai is good, but Morocco able to get their hands on the pill. Jahuja Bouabad there passes the ball to Elifate Riyad. But Morocco just seem to be going backwards and not getting a lot of forward momentum into the attack. And trying to exploit any gaps in the Samurai defense. Zelufi Sofiane takes the ball into contact. It's quickly recycled. Good improvisation there from Morocco. They will need to keep the hands on this ball for a longer period either to exploit any gaps on the Moroccan side, and yet Samurai penalized. As Morocco take play into Samurai territory. Joining me here right now is the Kenya Rugby Union Director of Rugby, Mr. Thomas Odundo. Karibu sana, Thomas, and just your view on the tournament so far, what you've seen. Kenya getting, of course, knocked out in the Africa Cup just a few minutes ago. But just generally your overview of the tournament so far.
Thank you very much, William. Well, I think it's been a good 2 days so far. Very entertaining rugby. One very interesting thing is that we actually have 12 African nations that can play competitive rugby at this stage, and I believe there are several more have been left out. So rugby in Africa is growing and improving, and I'm grateful we've got the opportunity to host this event here.
The low numbers and the crowds don't seem to be big like in previous years. Will that worry you as director of rugby and just generally the union?
What happened there is that your player was holding on.
It is obviously a concern to us, William. We don't have very big numbers in the stands. We do have people streaming in slowly, and tonight we're playing until 8 p.m. So there's still more than 4 hours for people to come in and catch some rugby. Perhaps there are some things we didn't do or some things we did wrong, and we are taking note of that, and we intend to improve this event year on year.
Thomas, now playing two tournaments is not a very easy feat. I think the last time we had two tournaments, I think was way back in 2001. Just your thoughts on playing two tournaments, and can we see a likely repeat maybe 1 or 2 years from now?
William, we have actually normally played 2 or 3 tournaments because we normally do have the age grade competitions and so on. But playing 2 competitions at senior level, you're right, this is the second time. And as I said, it's just an opportunity for people to see how much rugby there is to watch.
Thoughts on the Kenya team, which was eliminated in the first game, in the game against Uganda in the semi-final? Just, I mean, you're a former player. What could have gone wrong? What went right? And how is it that we lost to Uganda in that semi-final?
As painful as the losses, we always learn from our losses. What I'd say is 2-3 critical mistakes. Many of the players are new. They haven't played together. They're not used to each other. But it is no excuse ever. And but it is heartening. Like speaking to people from other countries, they keep asking, where do we get all these players from? That we're able to actually field 3 sides without our key players is something that is amazing to them, and in fact scary to them, because it means we're going to be on top of African rugby for a long time.
Thank you very much, Thomas Odundo. That was Thomas Odundo, Kenya Rugby Union Director of Rugby, just giving us his thoughts on the overview of the tournament and just exactly where we are in terms of hosting tournaments of this nature. And a very big thank you for him. He's quite busy, and we wish that the tournament will be a success come the end of tomorrow's play. Back into matters rugby here, and I can see Dan Sikuta with a brilliant break there, and has that try being awarded? Yes, it will be awarded to Samurai. That takes the score to 19-0. 19-0 to Samurai. Morocco really struggling to stay afloat in this game. And the conversion is good. It's 21-0 now to Samurai. Samurai steadily and slowly making their way to the main cup quarterfinals. Scooter there was tackled, but a quick recycle of the ball that has seen Nick McClellan scoring that try for Samurai. So Samurai 21, Morocco 0, and Morocco will be joining the likes of Homeboys in the ball category. Samurai, the defending champions of the Safari Sevens, and they're able to retrieve this ball again. And that man there, Nick McClellan. Now, can Morocco get a try here? Good tackle coming in from Ignacio Martins. And Dan Sikuta just kicks the ball downfield. Will it sit up? It'll sit up kindly for him. And that will be try number 4 for Samurai. Haven't really gone into second or third gear in this game so far. It's all been Samurai so far, and Morocco struggling to adjust to the intensity that Samurai have brought onto the pitch, onto the table. That pushes the score now to 26-0 with the conversion to come. Conversion is successful. It's 28-0, and that's the halftime score from this game between Samurai
Conversion was
and
successful at
Morocco.
halftime.
28-0, Samurai 28, Morocco 0.
Restez sur le terrain. Hein. Dès qu'on va un peu sur la touche, on va en touche, on lance le ballon perdu et c'est conservé. Il faut mettre la vitesse. Mettez la vitesse sur l'avant-dernier. Avant-dernier, vitesse. Avancez. On n'avance pas là. Ok? Ah, il y a eu 2-3 bons mouvements. Il faut continuer. D'accord? Il faut continuer. Omar. T'entends? Allez, on s'en fout. On s'accroche jusqu'au bout, on marque un essai. Ok? 0-0, on gagne en seconde mi-temps. Allez, là ça va vite tourner. Prochaine action. Les deux prochaines actions, vous sortez. Prochaine action, d'accord? Donc 1 minute.
Official communications partner, Isuzu. Official automotive partner, Kenya Airways. Official airline partner and official sponsor of the Kenya Sevens team, Zuku. Official broadcast partner, Tasker. Official beverage partner,
Going left, right.
Coca-Cola. Official hydration partner,
Okay. We'll get a repeat.
Capital FM. Official radio partner, Homeboys. Entertainment partner, Uber. E-hailing partner.
Welcome back. Samurai leading by 28 points to 0. And I'm now joined in by the Kenya Rugby Union chairman, Mr. Richard Omwela, just to give us his thoughts and views of just generally how the tournament has gone. Richard, karibu sana. Your overview of the tournament so far, today and yesterday.
Early days. Yesterday was really focusing on the Africa rugby teams, and then looking at the other teams as well. This morning again kicked off in both Safari Sevens and the Africa competition. Kenya, of course, lost to Uganda, which was a big upset. But again, very young players that we have brought out. We want to see the pedigree that we have, so that we see as we go into November, December, we see whether we can beef up our squad for the series.
Richard, this is I think the second time in 15 years we are actually hosting the Africa Cup Sevens tournament and the Safari Sevens at the same time. I mean, two senior tournaments at the same time. Is it a challenge on the union, and do you get resources from CAR to host these teams? The accommodation, the tickets. It's not a very easy feat having two senior tournaments running at the same time.
Yes, initially I actually didn't want to do this because for us as the top seed in Africa away from South Africa, we didn't see value in hosting this tournament. But I was prevailed upon by the executive committee of Africa Rugby to do this because first of all, the facilities we have away from South Africa are the best, and also some of the countries just want to come to Nairobi to see what actually makes Kenya play so well on the circuit. So it was a challenge in terms of the expense involved, but Rugby Africa was able to fly in all the Africa teams that were coming in, and then also subsidize a bit of the accommodation. So that has gone a great way in helping to cut down the cost of the tournament. We've had to fly in all the other teams coming in from all over the world, so that's an expense that is always there. But a great weekend, and we hope that it's going to get better and better.
Tackle slow, guys. Tackle slow now.
Richard, now the low numbers at the tournament, people are asking, why come to Kasarani, where can't we take it back to Ngong Road or another venue altogether, or better still, build your own stadium for rugby, because the numbers don't look good from where I'm seated. Your thoughts on that?
Obviously, this is a very large stadium. I mean, this is a 45,000+ stadium. When you look at our rugby numbers, we normally average between 8,000, 15,000. The Union Ground will be a very good venue, but we believe that we have outgrown it in terms of the facilities available and the ambience available. The answer, if you ask me, is to really look for a 25,000 capacity seater stadium, which I had started to work on, but obviously got disrupted by some other forces that I will not name just now, because we were in the process of acquiring League Indogo to build a multi-purpose stadium across from Impala grounds down to where League Indogo plays. That would have been a perfect area for us, but it's a drop in the ocean when you look at the large stadium vis-a-vis the number of people in. And again, we put it on the cost of having to hype up the game. It's an egg and chicken situation. We didn't have the resources to do it. And if this tournament was moved maybe a couple of weeks down the road, we would have had the money in to be able to do it. But lessons learned in terms of what we can do better to make it bigger.
Thank you very much, Mr. Richard Omwela, who is the chairman of the Kenya Rugby Union. We hope this tournament will be a success come the end of the day tomorrow. Thank you, sir. So Samurai back to matters on the pitch. Samurai leading here by 37-0. Actually, not that. 42-0 here for Samurai. And really toying around with the Moroccans. The halftime score was 28-0. So Samurai dismantling this Moroccan team here easily and marching their way to the quarterfinals following their win early in the morning where they beat the Red Whalers 24-7. Can Morocco at least get a consolation try in the final few minutes of this game? We do have a minute and 50 seconds remaining. And Belha, the Moroccans,
No, leave it!
really struggling here. Ben Said Maxim. Coming up next after this game will be Portugal versus Rwanda. And easy as you can there for Churchill Oko. Scores his second try of the afternoon, taking the score to 47-0 with a conversion to come now.
Try time, Samurai. Current score, Samurai.
49-0 now for Samurai.
Morocco, 0.
They've converted all their tries here. And Morocco really struggling to stay afloat in this competition. It's been a torrid afternoon for them.
Let's play.
And we still do have 45 seconds to go. Kickoff by McClellan is good, but Samurai penalized. That wouldn't worry them any single bit here because they are leading 49 points to 0, the highest score of the day so far. Morocco who have been bullied at the contact and at the breakdown by the very physical Samurai outfit. And Morocco just running out of options here. They're going backwards instead of forwards. And Samurai penalized yet again.
Penalty there. Here, there. Here or there.
And Morocco now trying to get a consolation try in this game. I don't know if they will get a consolation try. From the way things stand, this is the last passage of play, and the referee was already playing advantage for Samurai. And as we count down the seconds to the end of this game, I'm now joined by the tournament director, Mr. Godwin Karuga. Godwin, just give us an overview of the tournament so far. This is the second day we've had the Africa Cup. Now we're having the Safari Sevens. Your thoughts on how things have gone so far?
Thank you, William. Rugby-wise, this is some of the best rugby you're going to see in the region because obviously we have the best of Africa Rugby Sevens. We have the top 12 nations within Africa. They're joined by a select side. They're joined by other nationalities. England Saxons, basically a team that is made up of the players who are looking to break it into the national team. And Morocco, Zimbabwe, who brought in extra players so that they can partake in both tournaments. Kenya also looking like the stronger side is obviously what is in the looking at the Safari Sevens. But in terms of quality of rugby, this is some good rugby that we are watching here. We're looking at the bit of disappointment of the tournament, obviously, is that the fans are not on the grounds to come in and encourage the players. We would hope that with such a magnificent stadium, you'd come in and watch the teams. The challenge obviously is there with the running track where the players are 40, 50 meters away. That happens when there's a running track, and what that mitigates is that we have a party on